Come on, spontaneous views. I'm about to hop right into it. Y'all already see the title of the video, blog. It's been a week now, so I really supposed to drop this last week, but it's been like a busy week over the past couple of days. I'm a father, husband, and you still got to squeeze time for yourself. So, you know, being a father is a lot, husband, all that. Anyway, I want to talk about the reasons why. I'm just going to come out with it. Kamala Harris, I did a blog and I pronounced her name wrong. So I just want to, just out of respect of everything that's happened and what's going on, I'm just going to give my points about why Kamala Harris lost this election and why Trump probably won this election. I got a few notes. I'm going to just look at my first one. I'm just hopping right into it. One of the first reasons I think Kamala Harris lost this election is because it was too early to decide or to give her enough time to give out her policy. It was just too much time. I mean, she didn't have enough time. Think about it. Joe Biden steps down, and you have to keep in mind, Kamala Harris, was obviously up under Joe Biden. Prior to Joe Biden stepping down, Joe Biden wasn't liked by the public. Everybody was already swaying to the Republican Party as far as trying to of who they were going to vote for. So anyway, so then comes Kamala Harris comes in, and I might just say Miss Harris just for the sake of the video, because I'm gonna be nasty with the name. But to me, she didn't have enough time to persuade the American public. You was already up under Biden. The American public was not feeling Biden, regardless if people want to blame the inflation and everything else on Biden's administration. The fact that, because all around the world they talk about inflation, but so I don't know what was the start of it. All I know is this inflation came when Joe Biden was in office, or still is technically until January of 2025. She didn't have enough time, Then when you look at and I kind of wanted to say this, but I'm gonna talk about the celebrities she used. We already know that the black vote always vote Democrat. It's always been like that. But the thing about it is that you can't keep coming with the same song and dance every time it's election time. Y'all come up with the same thing every year. Every 4 years, I should say. It's the same thing. Vote or die. You get celebrities. You got Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B. They just did a song called WAP a couple years ago. Then you came down to Atlanta, you got Quavo. I mean, and then the thing about it, you paid all these celebrities. People don't care about, the black community don't care about celebrities no more. They're not well versed in politics to give the black people a vote or a voice. Especially after Obama did the same thing. Especially when Hillary Clinton did the same thing with her hot sauce. Now you got Miss Harris talk about washing collard greens in a bathtub. I've been black all my life. And I've been in the deep country. We talk about South Carolina deep country. And I ain't never seen none of my aunts, uncles, grandfather, father, mother. Nobody did nothing like that. Nobody did nothing like that. So anyway, that was one of the reasons why she lost. The celebrities was nasty work. I don't even know why she even wasted her time with that. Next problem that she had, or the next reason why Kamala Harris lost this election, it was the policies she wasn't really clear on policies. It was hard for her to separate from Biden's policy because, hello, you're the VP of Joe Biden. So it wouldn't have looked right in the public for her to go against Joe or have a different policy. I guess the thing about her policies is that she knew she had to upgrade whatever the policies were, but she was never clear on the policies. Like, I was being told, oh, you got to go to the website and then you can look at her policies. But why you can't say this to the American people? Like, why do I have to go to a site and read where I'm going to see her policies? Why she can't say it out her mouth? That was nasty work. Then when you talk about the immigrants, y'all basically had people coming into the country and was giving them, still to this day, giving them benefits. And you're not even giving benefits to the people that's here on this land that was born here. You got immigrants. Look what you did for Ukrainians. What else you did? You did Palestine or Pakistan. I'm sorry, forgive me if it was one of them. I want to say Palestine. Gave aid to Palestine. You giving aid. Not only that, you have immigrants coming into America. You're giving them benefits. They're getting tax write-offs. They're getting resources for what money. They're able to come in and get loans. We're talking about people that haven't even been born here. That was vital to people. Like, okay, what do you expect the people that had to, like, how do you expect to get a vote after that? And you can't get away from it. That's the second thing that was nasty work. That was nasty. The immigrant thing was wild. It was, man. I'm going to talk about another one. And this is going to be a little deep right here, but I gotta talk about it just for the sake of it. So, YouTube, forgive anything that may come about. And I'm not going to say nothing wild, but I'm going to talk about the transgender movement. The way this practice, I'm just going to leave it at that, is being exposed to the American society. It's not fair, especially when you look at the black community, because you giving them benefits. They're getting laws passed to them that's benefiting them. Asians is getting laws benefiting them. You have all these things that's being passed, but yet, again, the black community hasn't gotten anything. We still trying to get the George Floyd bill passed. Nobody talked about that. Then on top of the transgender, how you want little kids can make the decision of having a sex change. That, you know, where is the boundary when it comes to having freedom for a kid? Where is the boundaries at? So you expect, like, we know y'all force feeding it on TV. You force feeding it in commercials and movies and sitcoms. You're force feeding it, but you can't possibly think that in just this short amount of time that the masses of Americans is going to agree with that. We respect it cold-heartedly, but how do you expect us to agree with it when you're not even doing nothing else for the people that's already been here, that's living in morality? No disrespect, but we already know transgenderism was a disease back in 1974. Even being LGBTQ, or what is it, LGBTQT? community, even that was, back in the 1970s, that was considered a disease. They took it out of the doctrine to normalize it. Even though it's a sickness, and we got to keep it real. Like, I'm not sugarcoating nothing. I'm not trying to disrespect. Hell, I got family members probably that's transgender. I know I got some that's LGBT. I keep saying it wrong, forgive me, but y'all know what I mean. I know I do. So that's not the point. It's when they're getting the benefit and we feel like we're being stepped on. The people that's here, just like with the immigrants, like, it's like the people that's here are not getting anything passed. Like I said, the George Floyd bill, there's other bills that haven't passed to benefit our society. And then another thing, Kamala Harris came out her mouth and said, "Oh, I'm not gonna just do nothing for just black people." She said that back in 2019. So it was already a tough hill to climb for Miss Harris, Kamala Harris. It was a very tough hill for her to climb. But I'm going to be honest with you, a part of me was like, yo, she might do it, because I'm thinking like, but dang, Trump, he's got felonies, you know what I'm saying? But hey, you got to understand, people are not dealing with the BS from the Democratic Party no more. We tired. And then, like I said, people are struggling right now. Rent high. I got 2 sons now that got a rent now. It was nothing like when I was their age. They 23 and 20. When I was their age, my rent was not that high. I was able to pay my own rent by myself back then. Even though I was only making $13, $14 an hour. I can't remember back then what I was making back then. Of course, that was in the 90s, early 2000s. Looking at inflation, you can't even go. I remember 2 or 3 years ago, I was able to walk into a grocery store with at least $30, $40, and I'll get me a nice little, I can make dinner, I got lunch, I got stuff for the kids, it'll probably last me about 2 or 3 days. You mess around and go in the store with $20, $30, $40 now. You're going to get milk, cereal, and a box of chicken or something. That's it. You ain't getting no salmon. None of that. Ain't no salmon burgers tonight. Nah. You know what I'm saying? Nah. But anyway, not to get off topic, I'm going to the next one. Obama, when he came out. Now keep in mind, let me tell you this is what I be talking about man, this got me heated. Because they tried to use Obama about 2 or 3 weeks prior to the election. But what's crazy is that Obama didn't even want to endorse Miss Harris, Kamala Harris. He didn't even want to endorse her. See, we have to understand, Kamala Harris was given to us. We didn't have a choice of a primary. She was automatically given to us just from Joe Biden stepping down. Of course, the VP is next in line. So there was no primary to have like a Cornel West really do a debate against Kamala Harris. It was almost like this was kind of planned. Joe Biden, let's go ahead and have Joe Biden step down in July, even though prior to July, he was looking disoriented literally for the whole 2024. Let's keep it a buck. Joe Biden was looking wild crazy, stumbling, forgetting his words, falling all over the place. So he was already on he was already on a decline. So this is probably how they try to set it up. Okay, let's go ahead and just have him step down in July. We're going to uplift. Obviously, we're going to bring in Kamala Harris. We're not going to have a primary for another Democratic Party to run against her. We're just going to go straight with her. And we're going to hope that we can have the first woman president as a Democrat. but it backfired. Obama didn't even want to endorse Kamala Harris. He didn't even want to endorse her. And got the nerve to come out 2 or 3 weeks before the election and talk to black men, talk about we shouldn't be so, misogynistic, or basically he didn't want us to feel like a woman is in power over us. That's wild. From a man that didn't even endorse her when she first was even put in that position as the candidate for the Democratic Party. Obama was silent. He didn't say nothing. Obama didn't say nothing. So how you gonna come out 3 weeks after that? I mean, prior to the election, and then you gonna say something stupid to black men? Now they saying stuff like, well, people probably didn't come out to vote. I don't know. I don't want to get off topic. I'm gonna save that for the for the conclusion. Excuse me. That was the one. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. That was the fourth reason why I think Kamala lost the election. Obama should have stayed where he was at. Then, like I said, they're already talking about people not coming out to vote. That's kind of wild because I got information, I think just this past Friday, which is not being reported, that they're blaming the black voters in other states like Michigan, like the swing states, blaming them, saying that nobody came out to vote. But yet you got people saying that they had their mail-in ballots returned. You had people that was doing the like in the voting poll, they were pressing only for just the presidency, but they didn't complete the whole ballot, and it basically didn't count their vote, if that makes any sense. Like, y'all, you know, and it's not just the president you're voting for the like seats, Senate seats and stuff like that, local seats. They have these little questions where they try to trip you up, the yes and no question they try to trip you up with when it comes to like taxes and stuff like that they know most people ain't gonna understand it until you got to be well versed into it. But anyway, they use that as a reason to say 90,000 people didn't vote. 100,000 people here didn't vote in these black urban communities. They were saying that people didn't vote. But that's not the case. They voted. It was just not counted. Why is that not being talked about? I'm going to get back on that. I don't want to make this video too long. I'm about to get to my last point. This is my last point. And basically, this is really my thoughts on Trump. Those are my 4 reasons why I think Kamala lost, but I'm going to give you my reasoning for Trump. We already know I'm just going to allegedly the assassination attempt Trump. We thought, as far as the media, we thought that hurt, now I want to say hurt Trump, but it catapulted him in a way to where people cared about him a little bit more. Which is wild because this man got indicted on 34 felonies? 34 felonies he got indicted in the American, it was at least, she only won like 6 or 7 states out of all the states. Like the whole United States was red. So other than California, obviously she was going to win that. I thought she was going to win Pennsylvania, but I don't know. Wasn't that the same place where that Trump got shot at? I don't know. I got to look that up. I should have looked that up before I did this. But anyway, I'm going to conclude off this, man. The reason why Trump won is because, I'm going to say this. I got to keep it real. I'm going to conclude off this. Black men, I'm not going to say black men didn't vote. But the ones that didn't vote, this is for you. You are being misogynistic. Because this is how I look at it. Yeah, maybe she might not be fully black. Maybe she might not be for the culture. But I'm tired of voting for old white men. All of my life, other than Obama, I voted for a white man to run the country. So I thought just for this one time, I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and see if I can put somebody in that sort of looked like my mama. I don't see nothing wrong with that. To keep it real, I don't have to say who I voted for or didn't vote for. It's not a secret. I really don't care, because politics is a pile of tricks to me. I do it because I don't want to be caught in a position to where I'm complaining about something and I don't really have a voice because I didn't vote. But I know politics is games. It's a selection. It's the electoral college selection. It's given us the illusion that Trump really won, but who knows? You'll never know, because you don't know the tally of what counties didn't get. Let's be honest. Out of all of the counties in the United States of America, do you really think that all of the votes were counted? I want you to really think about that before I close out. Do you really think all, like Georgia, I think we got, 54 counties in Georgia? I doubt if all of the votes in Georgia, all of the votes in Texas, all of the votes in California, all of the votes in North Carolina, Tennessee, and I could just keep going on and on. I'm inclined to believe, and this is just my thought to conclude, that I don't think all votes are counted. But to be honest with you, I don't think it matters. Because again, it's the electoral college that put Donald Trump in office. Kamala lost for reasons that I agree with and don't agree with. I'm just tired of voting for a white man. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. That's not sounding prejudiced or racist. Nah, there's no way I can be racist. There's no way. Not what I witnessed in my time on this earth. There's no way that I can be racist. Not the stuff that I had to endure growing up. So, hey, I'm about to ride out, man. But just to conclude, the president is the president, but don't nobody dictate my life. Don't nobody dictate nothing I do. I still do me. I'm not trying to sound like a liberal, but let's just keep it real. You control your life. You just have to maneuver through the game in the maze that they try to put you in. Once you maneuver through that, you okay. Once you know how to maneuver through that, you'll be okay. And that's what it's all about. The test of living more, so you can understand and you can bring wisdom to someone else, like your kids and even your best friend or friends, whoever. People are running the country, but don't nobody run me. So it is what it is. I really don't care, to be honest with you, because I'm already protected by the ancestors and God above. So anyway, I'm out. Come on, Kamala. Spontaneous Views.